Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Eye Opener Society. How is everybody doing? You have your hosts here
Me, Hannah.
and me, Gary. And we're back podcasting again just for you. And I'm hoping you're checking out all the exciting stuff we got going on for Super September. We're welcoming in our brand new podcast, Arcane Oracle podcast, hosted by Elaine. Unbelievable. I love the idea that when we wanted our other co-host Brittany to do a show, and it's kind of got put on the back burner for a little while. We got Elaine because we've been working with her for so long, and Elaine just knocked it out of the park, man. I mean, what a fantastic show she put on. You have to listen to it. Just go through our collection here of podcasts and just look for Arcane Oracle podcast. And also we have Sunset Child Out There podcast. We're hoping it's up. The time that we're recording this, we have not gotten the audio yet. Sunset Child is still working on that. This is going to be a personal favorite of mine. I'm desperately and anxiously awaiting it. And then we're going to change up our show there, Hannah, our Behind the Eyes show.
Yep.
We struggled for so long with Facebook and doing it live, and Facebook seems to mess us up all the time. It's very distracting. We don't get enough people that actually tune in because they don't get notified. And we like to have the feedback during that. And we don't get that. So not a big deal. If Facebook doesn't want to do it for us, then we're just going to do it on our own. And we're going to start recording it just like a regular podcast here in our studio. But we will take it on both audio and video. And the video portion will be put up on Facebook, Rumble, and YouTube. So if you want to look at us, that's great. You could always give us feedback just right here on our show. Put it in the comments. You could also email us at theeyeopenersociety@gmail.com. Either way, again, we always like to have a little feedback when we do that show. But it's, like I say, it's just so difficult because Facebook is not. It used to be great. You used to push live, and all of a sudden everybody's watching you.
Yeah. I think if we ever do a live again, it would be like such a random thing for us to decide to do because I'm not going to lie, I love our followers and I love our, dedicated listeners. But, I guess Mark Zuckerberg hates us or Meta or whoever the hell it is, and they just don't want to notify anybody. So it's just kind of really discouraging when you get on live. You're mental prepping, you're doing so much prep for a live, and then no one shows up, and you're like, oh, I'm sitting here talking to myself. So
right, and
that can't do it anymore.
Right, and I get so distracted with that
because we could be taking that time that we're doing the live and coming out with podcasts that you can listen to 1 year, 2 years down the road. So
that's true. And if we're talking live, I'm going to be doing a live myself. It's not a live on Facebook. It's going to be on Podbean. I definitely looked into this, and we could do a live show on Podbean. So if you download the Podbean app, go to podbean.com, Podbean, download it and follow us on there. You can always listen to our podcast on any platform you want because we're on all of them. But I'm going to be doing a live show. It's going to be the Eye Opener Society live radio show. And it's going to be me. I mean, Hannah could join if she's able to. And I'm just going to be doing a meditation and mindfulness kind of program. It's going to be really relaxing, cozy. I got a whole thought behind it where it's just going to be kind of sitting around, sipping tea, candles going. We could share stories, share different outlooks and perspectives.
It kind of goes back to our original roots, even before when I joined in, because not shortly after when I joined in, we rebranded it. But it kind of goes back to third eye meditation roots. But
and that's what I was doing because I can't, release all that out of me. I always want to talk about it, and I want to do it in a different way now rather than podcast form. It's going to be more conversational form, and it's not going to be all meditation. A lot of mindfulness stuff, cool stories, and all that are going to relate to different perspectives and all that. And hopefully, if we get enough people following us and listening in, I could get that feedback because you could, give that feedback. I could also get you on the air too, I believe. I'm going to look into that, but you could send kind of text messages and you could communicate with us that way. Or, like I said, I could get you actually live and you could talk on the show with us. I may have guests down the line or whatnot, see what direction we go with it, but just something I want to do so I could touch more on that calmness that I think we all need.
Yeah.
And especially on a Sunday night, because everybody's preparing to go to work, the next day. Maybe not everybody, but
Most
most
people.
people.
Yeah.
Me, so it'll be good for me if
Me
anything.
too.
And speaking of perspectives and all, this is where I'm taking this show tonight. And Hannah, recently we had a change, an actual physical change to our backyard.
We did.
And it made us see things different. Now, we had a pool, swimming pool out in that backyard, and it wasn't being used that much. And
We
it
had it for
cost
2
a fortune.
summers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 summers, but it costs a fortune, to get it clean all the time and shocking it and keeping it updated. And we don't got the time to do it. So the pool got filthy to the point where it was like a swamp. Wasn't worth it anymore.
Yeah.
You
And it was
know?
causing me mental pain to look at it.
Yes. Yeah, I definitely, I don't want to talk politics on here, but when you talk about drain the swamp, I think that's what they were talking about because that was a swamp.
It really was.
So we got rid of the pool. And so there's a whole new perspective because I know at first we wanted the pool and then it changed. It's like, well, nobody's really using it and the upkeep and all. But as soon as that pool was gone,
Oh my God.
wasn't that it shifted us mentally.
It did. When we got the pool, we used it. And, a couple times this year we used it. But it just, like you said, it got to the point where it was just like, oh my God, this thing is costing so much money with inflation. And cleaning a pool is the last thing that we want to do when we're having nice weather outside. We want to relax. We want to ground. We want to do what we want to do. We don't want to worry about cleaning a damn pool or upkeeping it. So we did make the decision to get rid of it, basically end of summer. We got 20 more days of summer left. And so, I was like, oh, maybe I'll sell it. No, I got home from vacation and I was just like, fuck this pool, man. Like Gary had it strained for me. So Gary got a knife. We took the knife to it. We were popping the poles off. He's ripping the liner with the knife and we folded that shit up. We put it in a pile. Some scrappers came and got the metal poles. And then the next day, the rest was gone. And it was like serenity.
Mm-hmm.
It was like we didn't hear the filter anymore. And it just opened up like the whole yard. Even though the place where it was a perfect damn spot for a pool, it just opened up the yard and it just felt like we opened up a portal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was like, holy shit. Like I didn't realize how much crowding and cloudiness that this pool brought upon us. Cause, now we have like this little sanctuary, little idea that we got going on for where the pool was. We already have our little fire pit down there and a couple little chairs, but we have so much ideas and it's just so calm and serene when you sit there. And it's amazing what just getting rid of something that you originally wanted goes a long way,
Yeah, if you open up your mind to things, there's many times there's wants and there's needs. And I think this was more of a want than anything else. And that's all good and well, but a lot of times we make decisions based on, just, our heart's desire. Let's go out there and
Yeah.
get them.
And that was definitely one of them.
Yeah. And it does. I guess the universe tells you, hey, maybe this was not the best idea for you. You got use out of it. So that's good. It wasn't like it was a complete loss, but it changed everything when it's gone. And it puts, especially me, loving the outdoors. One, it's all kind of paved with little pavers in a design kind of way where the pool stood. So that it's in a circle, a complete circle. And circles are very relaxing when you're in them. And so now with the seating arrangement, with the fire pit in the middle there, it's a perfect place to sit. The yard is wide open, makes it more serene, a nice place to sit, relax. And it's also a great place where we could do some, especially now with fall, come and sit and do some fireside podcasts for, our
Yeah.
audience. I think it's going to be a really good, at least moving forward, it's going to be really good now to have what we have. And we always talked about decluttering and making space for yourself. And this is one way of doing it.
Hmm. I definitely think, over the past, a year and a half now, me and Gary have been the two of our household to really just declutter and like let go of things that like you don't really picture like getting rid of. But I think, doing this podcast and, we like to practice what we preach.
Mhm.
So, getting rid of the pool, we've gone to the garage a couple times. Actually, it's just something that I was just thinking about like, oh my God, one of these weekends before it gets too cold, we're going to have to pull everything out and redo it again. But, that's okay because, there's something about the finished product that I think gives me and Gary some type of all-time metaphysical high. But
Does.
it does.
Yeah, I do like getting involved as much of a pain as it is.
Yeah.
It brings that feeling of accomplishment and it brings that feel of change. There's a
Hmm.
new change. There's going to be a new outlook. Things are going to be different from this point on. That's what I liked about removing the pool. It
Hmm.
wasn't a negative. It was turned into a big positive.
Yeah. I was so happy.
Yeah, and I'm going to be outside now, like all the time. As soon as we're done with this, I'm going to be outside.
Yeah.
It just makes me feel good to be in that, little seating area, circular seating area with the fire pit. It's going to give me a little peace of mind myself. Um, I also wanted to touch on something because you came back from vacation recently. I know it wasn't your first choice for vacation. You were kind of, I guess, talked into it or,
Definitely.
yeah. So, but what would be your ideal vacation? What would you want to do?
Uh, I have always wanted to go overseas. I really just want to experience Europe at a whole. Like, I want to see Greece. I want to see Italy. I want to see the UK. Like, I just love the idea of exploring, different cultures like that. Like, I would love to see Rome. I'm not, I'm not a history buff, but I know that places like that, there are a lot of hidden metaphysical like meanings when it comes to like Greek with the Greek gods and everything like that. So that's just something that I've always wanted to do. And as far as, being a dream, I would definitely wait until my child is older and can appreciate it the way I appreciate it. But that's just something that I've always wanted to do. And I'm not gonna lie when I say this, like it's the most cheesy thing ever, but I've always just like wanted to be on an airplane where they have to give you like pillows and feed you meals and stuff because like I'm not about the little tiny peanuts and stuff like they give you on like a standard Southwest flight. Sorry, Southwest.
It's see what I would love to do. I would like to go over to the UK and I would love to meet Swales, the friendly green
Yes.
witch, and have her show me around of all the witchy places and
Yes.
visit all these shops that were on her show, the Bell Witch podcast. Cheap plug there, but she's a great podcast. Bell Witch podcast,
Hmm.
Swales, the friendly green witch. I would do a vacation where I would just meet up with her and let her be my tour guide
Yes.
because I'm not into all of the whole, UK touristy stuff. I want to see what Swales actually ventures into.
Hmm.
And I want to see and hear all the backstories on all of the places she's been.
Yeah.
That I would be excited about.
I'm a really big foodie, so I think going over to different countries and like trying their food is something really big for me too. Like when I just was in Mexico, I tried the food and it was good. But I guess I didn't really get the full experience because I didn't really go outside of my resort because it's not recommended when you go to Mexico. Um, but it was still nice to like explore different types of dishes that they did do very well at a resort that you can clearly tell the difference when if you're going to a Mexican restaurant like in the United States. But the food over there, I can't even fathom like how I'm like drooling thinking about like getting a croissant in Paris or something like that just sounds so good to me and like real scones and like I want to know what the tea tastes like, in England.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, that's really cool because I really dislike the food here in America. It's
Oh,
all
it's
processed garbage and all that.
preservative.
Yeah. You go outside, excuse me, if you go outside of the country of America and you go into these other, yeah, they're using much safer food, much more healthier food, you
Mhm.
know.
Their portions are way smaller than ours,
Yes.
and you would be surprised how your body adapts to it really fast.
Oh yeah.
Because when I was in Mexico, like, their portions are a lot smaller, and I was like, "What the hell? Like, this is not gonna fill me up. I'm gonna need 2 entrees." And no, I was full. And I was like,
Mhm.
"Well, holy shit. My stomach is, like, adapting to their just standard culture."
Mhm.
The United States, we just overfeed the shit out of people
Yes,
with
and
preservative crap.
yeah, and that's why I fast because
Yeah.
I no longer am into that at all. But food is good. I would like to see the pyramids in Egypt.
Yes, I
And
need to
I'd
do
want to
that.
experience, like, I want to be inside of them though. I don't want to look at them from the outside. I want to see them from every single
Yeah.
angle. That's something that thrills me. But you know what? My biggest thing, it's also your mom's big thing too. Taking a train ride across the country.
Yeah.
Old-timey train, not like these here new super trains, like
No,
the
I don't wanna see
old-timey, you know, chugga-chugga kind of train
Yes,
and
like a
experience it.
Hogwarts train.
Yes, like where it's the potential of it breaking down is very good, you know? I want that. I
I
would
me too.
love that.
I love that too, because like, even those trains, I've always wanted to do that actually. They have one from, like, Florida to whatever too, like, or you can do, like, the big one across to California or whatever, but, even those, like, old-timey ones, they kinda fabricated them a little bit so where you can have, like, a cabin room, so you still have, like, a little shower and stuff like that, which I just think is fascinating. Like, I would love to do that because, like, something just gives me, like, a warm, cozy feeling about just, like, having a person knock on your what is it called? A cab or a car?
Mhm, yeah,
Cart? Yeah, and just being, like, asking if you wanted something from the trolley, like, it just gives me a sweet feeling.
yeah, and I would dress up old-timey too.
Yes,
I
me
really would.
too,
I
me
would
too.
definitely do it. Just I love that kind of period theme about it. I would love that. And it'll be pretty cool too with like all of our pockets. Like I wouldn't mind going out to Indiana and meet up with Elaine. And I know
Hell yeah.
yeah, like we could probably do a Arcane Oracle podcast right from, a booth in some of the places where she,
Yeah.
sells some of her stuff and does her readings from at some of these events. I would love to do that. Um, I go to Canada and meet up with Chris Artel from
Hell
Twisted
yeah.
Tales podcast.
I think honestly, if I were to do anything for the remainder of 2024, even if it were just be to like a short weekend, I would love to go to Canada. It's just something that I've always done. I wanted to do. Justin, my husband, he has a couple friends up in Canada that I would love to meet just because I've known him for years over online. But yeah, Chris Artel, that would be freaking badass.
It would be.
He's like our
Yeah.
number one fan.
Uh-huh.
I appreciate him more than ever.
Hmm.
That would be so cool.
Yeah, for sure. And
I want to try
I,
their food.
yeah, I tried Canadian food, eh? I mean,
I want to try their Timmy Hortons.
hey, oh yeah, get Tim Hortons from Canada. I'm sure
Hell
it's different.
yeah.
I'm sure it's so different. Oh man, and then I want to go again, take you a moment, but I would like to take you to my hometown, New
Yeah.
York City.
I've never been to New York City, so
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I'm going to take you to the Bronx, which is even worse. So,
I love that.
I mean, we'll keep
I'll be
doors
going
locked
from
at this time.
I'll be going from Baltimore to Bronx. It's fine.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that. And then head up north to Salem, Massachusetts.
Hell yeah.
And then we could meet up with Ouch Was I a Ghost because I know she's up there in that area too. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I think that'll be great. And then we could go Arizona for the Josh and Paulie show. While we're out there, we can meet just us thinking crew.
Hell yeah.
There's all these different
We're gonna do
people.
a podcast road trip
Road
or
trip.
something.
I think that would be fantastic. We could start just going up north and here in Pennsylvania and meet up with the guys from NDT.
NDT's in PA.
Yeah, and Nonsense and Deep Thoughts podcast. I mean, I think we should just start that. Like, let's just make a bucket list right now.
Yeah, I know. We gotta, and then eventually we'll have like a convention where we all meet in the middle or something like that.
Yeah, that
We'll
would be
just
awesome.
get a block of hotels in like a random ass state. Like we're all meeting at South Dakota, y'all.
Yeah, why not? I mean, let's make a bucket list and listen. I'll know who's listening now, who's going to contact us and say, "Hey, this and this date, I'm free."
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. I think it'll be a lot of fun to do that. But yeah, I brought this up because it's like I'm getting near the point. Like once we start our candle business, I wouldn't mind taking the candles on the road and going like let's say Indiana,
Yeah.
and Elaine can hook us up with some of the events that she does, and maybe we could get a booth out there and sell our wares, and we could cross promote Elaine's Arcane Oracle. I think these are great things we could do as far as collaborations with others rather than just going on a show. Uh, because we're going to be on, or we're already on, depending on when you're listening to this. We're going to be on Urban Lady Prepper.
Yeah.
And so if we travel down south, I believe she's in Georgia,
Georgia.
yeah, that would be another fun place to go,
Oh
hang
yeah,
out.
Georgia was nice. I like
Yeah.
Georgia.
Yeah. What were we in Tennessee, Georgia? There was a winery that your mother and I can't think offhand if it was Tennessee or Georgia. It might have been Georgia, but yeah, great wines.
Yeah. There's
Uh,
so many places within the United States that I would love to visit. So
yeah, I gotta do
I
my
got
bucket
bucket
list.
list. Yeah, I got a bucket list.
Yeah, I brought this up because, like I say, it changes your perspective when you're, especially when you're in a different place, new places,
Hmm.
and it gives you that feeling of adventure again.
It does.
I know, like our photographer, our background moderator, Sarah. I used to go all the time. We used to explore in the woods and all these old abandoned
Mhm.
places and all that, and I love that sense of adventure. But I got to break out more and start traveling. Work such a pain. I got to stop. I got to stop, and I got to start taking time and start
Yeah.
seeing things because, as you know, blink of an eye, things change so quickly, and we need to start understanding that just do what makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Do what's going to make you happy and enjoy it. Enjoy life, man. It's, it's really touching me now. It really is.
I know. I know what's good about my, 9 to 5 is that it's remote. So I really could work from anywhere. Just, I have to have that good internet or whatever. But I'm like, damn, like what is stopping me? Like I just want to go. Like sometimes it's just good to just drive. I tell him all the time if I'm in like bad moods, I'm like, I just want to drive. I just want to think. I just want to scream music. Like I just want to go. So it does definitely change your perspective as far as, you just kind of just sit here and you're like, damn, am I really gonna wake up and do the same shit every day? Or I'm gonna actually do what I know I would enjoy doing.
Hey, you really just touched a nerve with me there because you're so right. You wake up with that feeling. Oh my God, I'm going to do this all over. It becomes like Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
Same shit every single day.
Yeah.
And yeah, it gets like, I know I get to the point. So is today going to be the day I just walk the fuck out of work
Yeah.
and go do something that I want to do?
Hmm.
I, and yes, we're able to do that. Nothing is really holding us there, but we'll see. I'm starting small. We got the backyard back. I got a little seating area.
Oh
I can
yeah.
start relaxing and then take baby steps from there.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, it's September. I want to do Salem, Massachusetts in October. So you guys may be getting some content from that. We don't know yet. We got to knock out the ends and the starts for it. But that's something that I really want to try to do this year.
Yeah, if we can. I mean, it's simple enough. You get in the car and go.
Yeah.
It's that simple. It's
Hell
not
yeah.
that bad of a
New
drive.
York.
Yeah, I'll take you into the Bronx. I'll show you the home and
Hell yeah.
show you how bad it got. And,
Eat a hot dog.
Oh, yeah,
Eat
you're
some
going to eat a hot
pizza.
dog for sure and pizza.
Hell yeah.
I mean, that's all I'm doing to go up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
And I heard there's a lot of really good donut shops in New York, so I'm excited to try some donuts.
donut shops, everything's better in New York food wise, but I
Yeah.
don't know about donuts. And I'm not a big donut
I
person.
love donuts.
Yeah, but I'll take it to a donut place. They're probably all taken over by this, all the chains now.
Not the Dunkin'. Fuck you, Dunkin'.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't know. Haven't been there for so long, but definitely pizza and hot dogs. That's for sure. Definitely going to get that.
Hell yeah.
But that's our show. I just want everybody to understand that your perspectives can change
Hmm.
and
And it's
embrace
okay.
them. It,
Yeah,
it
and
is.
it is okay.
Embrace them and have fun with them.
Yeah, you got a pool and now you're like, oh, really don't get rid of it. Yeah, you're worried about, oh my God, I spent so much money on it. Yeah, I did too. And guess what? I don't regret a single freaking cut and punch that I did to that pool when I got rid of it. Oh my God, I feel so much better not having it. Financially wise, it's going to be great, but like just mentally, I just can't even put into words how amazing it felt and how it feels just going outside and seeing the openness. It's like a breath of fresh air.
And on that note, too, don't forget you could be the complete opposite. Maybe you got a big empty yard and you want a pool.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah.
If that's your thing, go for it.
You got a little empty space in your, do a garden or plant some flowers. Do what you want. Like life is too short to be indecisive about your choices.
Yes, that's definitely for sure. Do them now. Enjoy them now. Get out there and do it.
Hmm.
That's my advice. Just get out there and do it. We're gonna start doing it soon. I want to start getting on the road again as much as I hate driving, but it's just
We'll take turns.
we'll take turns. Yeah, but
Someone's got to entertain our mini co-host
yeah,
in
for
the back
sure.
seat.
And hey, I could bring we got all portable recording
Hell
equipment
yeah.
too, so we could bring that and we could do live shows from wherever we are. I mean, I got ideas. And if any of your other podcasters are listening and you want to meet up or something, let us know. Show us around town and all that. It's funny, I know Salem like the back of my hand. It's weird. I
Yeah.
could tell you where to go. I know all the streets and all. It's just one of those places I've been to so many times. And of course, I could take you all over New York City, but yeah, Salem is just another place I just love. I don't know why I get such a good feeling when I'm there. I wouldn't live there because it's Massachusetts, but I would still
Massholes.
mass holes.
If
Yeah,
any of our listeners are from
yeah,
Massachusetts, you
yeah.
know you're a masshole. It's fine.
Yeah, I know most of you call yourselves that anyway.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm from New York. It's no different. So, but I wish everybody well. I
Yeah.
hope you get to tune into our Behind the Eyes episode. That's going to be next. Like I said, we're going to do it as a regular podcast. And then we'll do the video portion and we'll put it up on Rumble, we'll put it up on YouTube, and we'll put it up on Facebook as well. Just our little thing to you, but we're going to do it more of a, podcast style. But we're going to do it a little bit different instead of going over all of the past episodes, because that, to me, yeah, we got a little bit of stories behind them, but I want to do more background stuff on us and what we've been up to and what we're doing
Yeah.
and what's going on in the studio, what's going on in our heads, basically. That's what I want to really do. So look out for that. Look out for Sunset Child's Out There podcast. Hopefully we got that up. Definitely listen to Elaine's Arcane Oracle podcast. It is fantastic. Listen to me on Eye Opener Society Live Radio, and that's going to be coming October 13th and every Sunday after that at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's only on podbean.com. Follow us on the social, Facebook, as much as we say we don't even want to do it, but we're on Facebook. We got a presence on there. Go to Eye Opener Society on Facebook, and I have the links up that takes you directly to this live room. And you can follow us there once you download the Podbean app. I really would like to have everybody join me on these little meditative mindfulness radio shows. And maybe Hannah would join in on us. And maybe I'll have some other guests. Maybe I'll have you guys, someone from the audience, want to come on the air and share your stories, your thoughts, your ideas, your perspectives. We welcome that. And we thank you all again for listening. Nothing's better than having you guys as the audience. And Hannah and I, we will see you on the next show.
See ya.